My girlfriend staged a fake loyalty test at a party, and now her entire friend group is judging me. I never thought I would be the guy posting one of these, but I feel like I'm losing my mind, and I need to know if I'm actually the problem here. This past weekend, my girlfriend Maya and I went to a birthday party for one of her close friends. It was a standard house party, maybe 15 people total, mostly her inner circle with a few mutual acquaintances. Everything started out completely normal. We were having a good time, the energy was high, and I felt comfortable. About an hour in, Maya went to the kitchen to grab drinks, and I ended up leaning against the kitchen island talking to one of her friends, Sarah. I had only met Sarah once or twice before, so it was just standard small talk. We were literally talking about where we grew up and how she knew the birthday girl. It was the most mundane, autopilot conversation you could imagine. There was no flirting, no touching, no vibes, just two people occupying the same space at a party. Or so I thought. Out of nowhere, Maya walks over. She doesn't join the conversation. She just stands there, looking between us with this weird, tight smile. Then she drops the question. So, do you think she's pretty? The room didn't go silent, but in my head it felt like the music stopped. I honestly thought she was joking. We have that kind of relationship where we tease each other, so I laughed. I figured if I acted awkward, it would look like I had something to hide. I looked at Maya and said, I mean, sure. She's objectively attractive. I said it in a way that was meant to be dismissive, like saying a sunset is nice or a car looks cool. Wrong answer. The smile on Maya's face vanished instantly. She didn't say another word. She just turned around and walked into the other room. Sarah looked down at her drink, muttered something about finding her boyfriend, and disappeared too. I stood there feeling like I had just stepped onto a landmine I didn't know was buried in the carpet. The rest of the night was a cold war. Maya wouldn't look at me. When we finally got into the car to head home, the explosion happened. I found out that this wasn't just a random jealous outburst. This was a calculated, orchestrated loyalty test. Apparently, before we even arrived at the party, Maya had pulled Sarah and another friend aside. She told them she wanted to see how I move when I'm around other women. She literally asked her friends to monitor me, and in Sarah's case, to be extra friendly, just to see if I would take the bait. I was floored. I told her that was insane. I asked her why she would ever feel the need to trap me like that, especially using her friends as bait. But it gets worse. The next morning, Maya shows me her phone. Two of the girls from the party had texted her saying I seemed a little too comfortable talking to Sarah and that I didn't seem to miss Maya while she was in the other room. One of them actually wrote, he didn't shut it down immediately, which is a red flag. Now Maya is claiming she's the victim. She says she feels embarrassed because she spent the whole night defending me to her friends, only for me to admit that I find her friend attractive to her face. She told me that if I truly loved her and had nothing to hide, I wouldn't be so defensive about a simple test. She says it's just something girls do to make sure they're with the right guy. I told her it's not a simple test to turn a social gathering into a laboratory experiment where I'm the lab rat. I feel like I was set up in front of a room full of people who were all in on a joke that I wasn't allowed to hear. I feel like every word I said that night was being recorded and analyzed by a jury of her friends who were already biased against me. Now, things are incredibly awkward. Maya is acting like I've betrayed her trust. And I know for a fact that her entire friend group thinks I'm a player, or at least someone who can't be trusted. I'm being judged based on a situation they manufactured. I feel like my privacy and my dignity were completely disregarded for the sake of her insecurities. She keeps saying I'm overreacting and that I'm only mad because I got caught being too friendly. But what was I supposed to do? Be rude to her friends? Ignore anyone who isn't her? I thought I was being a good boyfriend by being social and nice to the people she cares about. Instead, I was walking straight into a trap. I love her, but I don't know if I can look at her or her friends the same way again. It feels like our entire relationship is now subject to the approval of a group of people who literally plotted against me. Is this actually a normal thing that people do? Am I crazy for being angry about this? Is this a deal breaker, or am I just being sensitive? Because right now, I feel like I'm living in a reality show I never signed up for, and I'm not sure if there's a way back from this.